It's Uber's policy. It's the law that you must take a service dog because they're not considered
No,
pets.
I have to choose that pet, friends. You know, pet. You use the pet one.
No. It's not a pet. He's a guide dog, so he doesn't qualify as a pet. As many of you know, my guide dog and I were denied twice by Uber in one afternoon last week. There were a lot of questions, and I want to answer some of those questions, address some of them, and maybe come up with a potential solution. Many people suggested we simply use the Uber Pet option. If I do that, I'm not doing any favors to the disabled community. Why is it illegal to force a disabled person with a service dog to use the pet option? That is because, first and foremost, service dogs are not pets. They are more akin to medical equipment like a wheelchair. And so they are exempt from things like pet fees. Like when you stay in a hotel, you cannot be charged a pet fee for having a service dog. Similarly, you cannot be charged more for taking Uber than a able-bodied person without a service dog, because this would be in direct conflict to equality rights that the ADA, the American Disabilities Act, fought so hard for, and that is why it is the law. These people in the video that I shared broke the law. If somebody happens to be deathly afraid of or allergic to dogs, it is still the law that they must take a service dog. Do I think that's fair? Honestly, I think that sounds like a pretty crummy situation for everybody involved. I don't think somebody who's very allergic to dogs should be forced to have a dog in an enclosed space like a car. However, it is the law. Now, I know in both cases they were not. They both expressed dissatisfaction with having to clean up after the dog, vacuuming up the fur, for example, and not be paid extra for it. This brings me to a potential solution, and it would be, of course, I be able to choose a dog-friendly ride like Uber Pet, but be exempt from those extra fees. All disabled people should be exempt from those fees if they have a service dog. One of the major problems remains people pretending that their pets are service dogs. Bonus PSA, I would like you to really pause and consider that. If you know somebody who has ever done this with their dog and claimed they are a service dog, I want you to share this story with them, because they may not realize that they are creating a serious and potentially life-threatening access issue for people with disabilities with legitimate service animals. They may think what they're doing is innocent, and it is not. It is contributing to a pernicious issue that is making life far more difficult for the disabled community, a community that already faces so many hurdles and obstacles, as you know. Finally, I just want to thank you all for the love and the support, for me, for Matthew, and of course, for Mr. Maple.